What's up, guys? Welcome to Go Do Work in the World. We are here with
Shaheen Mazloom.
And Mr. Shaheen, what is your business? What are you into? Please tell the viewers.
Yeah, so Versa Business Systems, we help businesses grow and scale with various products. We do business funding, credit card processing, different technologies, AI marketing, tax credits, employee benefits. I mean, you name it.
Man, you got your hands filled. I love it.
Yeah.
How long have you been in business?
I started my first business when I was 7 years old, but Versa Business Systems, we've been around to be 7 years next month.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
What made you start that business?
So I was in the industry. I'd been in business-to-business sales from the age of 19 when I dropped out of college. I was traveling the country selling credit card processing and sold various different products and services to businesses. And I just got sick and tired of seeing businesses get the shaft. You know, like they say 90% of small businesses don't make it the first year.
Yeah.
And I started to realize why that is. And it's because there's all these companies out there that are selling them things they don't need because they're trying to make a sale, or they're selling them a product that isn't going to help them, or it's a bad product, or whatever it may be. And, you know, the problem with business owners is you own a gym. You know everything about the body, you know everything about the equipment, but you may not know everything about social media marketing and credit card processing and business lending and all those things. The same with, your mechanic. He knows how to fix cars.
Yeah.
Your restaurant, he either knows how to make good food or he knows how to run a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And so the problem is there's just, all these companies out there, they focus on the money, the money, the money, the money. And I get that. Being a business owner, yeah, we got to get the money coming in. We got to make money. That's why we're in business. But I wanted to figure out a way to be able to make money and help people at the same time. And, when I started the company, I'd met with some people in the industry, and they're just like, I commend you trying to do it that way. It just won't work. It won't work. And I'm like, you know what? At that time, I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Right? Like, at the time, I put my last dollar into it. I had a car. The door didn't even open. I had to climb on the driver's side seat. Like, I was down to nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I got nothing to lose. Like, I'm going to try it.
There's no plan B.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm all in at this point. If it doesn't work, I'll figure it out from there. But I had nothing to lose. And, it turned out they were really, really wrong. It costs a lot of money to acquire a customer, but if you keep a customer for life, you're going to make way more money than if you have, half of your customers are pissed off and never want to talk to you again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, it's just, now we have companies in the industry copying the way that we do things. And I love that. Like, I'm not mad about it at all, because I got into this to try and change the industry and try to change business to business, being about actually helping business owners rather than making money or selling a product.
So changing businesses and showing everybody a different way, that got you onto Forbes. Like, you're an author, like USA. Tell me about that and tell the audience, like, how did those things come about?
Yeah, so, over the last 7 years, I've really focused on learning, right? Learning from people that are doing it way bigger and way better than I am in different industries. And I've gone on different masterminds. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos of the private jet, and that was a mastermind that I did. And this guy, Gary Cox, this guy's incredible. So he's a major author. The guy did a bunch of episodes with Dr. Phil. He had his own TV show. I mean, the guy's big time. And he told me, he's like, you've got to try different things, right? So most small business owners, they go after the easy target, right? Like, if you are selling, say insurance to businesses, you're going to your small businesses, your local businesses, the one where you can get a hold of the owner easily. You can walk into a business, whatever. And after that mastermind, I asked him, I'm like, how did you even get on TV? He's like, dude, I called them until they gave me a meeting. And he's like, sometimes I had to call them for a year. And after that mastermind, my whole mindset changed. And I was just like,
let's go.
Well, yeah, why not? Like, why not?
Why not, man?
And so I just started blowing people up. Like, dude, like, I have a story to tell. Like, you guys should put me on here and there. And and same with like reaching out to massive clients. Like we're working some deals with companies that everybody from your 2-year-old to your 90-year-old grandmother knows, and it's just crazy, and it's all just because I just didn't give up. I was like, you know what, I'm going to figure out how to get the phone number of the CEO of Walmart, and I'm going to figure out how to get the email of the CEO of Gucci, and all these different things, and then just be relentless. Like, dude, I got something that can help you. I've got something that can help you.
You're passionate, just keep driving.
I mean, dude, everything's got to be mutually beneficial, right? Like, if you have something that somebody else wants, right, it's beneficial to them, right? But then it's going to be beneficial for you, right? Like, you've got to, that's the whole thing about business. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. Every transaction should be mutually beneficial, right? Like, I'm doing something for you, you're doing something for me, whether it's I'm making money or I'm getting exposure or
service, something.
Something, right? It's just like you having me on this podcast, right? It's your podcast. You're going to get more views. You're going to get more exposure. But me being on your podcast, I'm going to get more exposure. More people are going to learn about me, right? It's a mutually beneficial transaction. And, that's what it's always been about. And, we just started doing it on a bigger scale. And, the Forbes article was huge. That was a year ago in April. USA Today, we did an NBC interview, ABC. I mean, we've been everywhere, and it's just been relentless contact. And then now people are actually reaching out to me like, hey, we saw this, we want to do this, you know what I mean? And it's really, really cool. Like, when I first started my podcast, I had to find guests, and I mean, now I've got 3 or 4 people every week like, hey, will you have this person on your podcast? They did this, they did that. And I met some amazing people that I'd never even heard of, like the other day I had this guy on who's a multi-billionaire. He has a race team and this huge investment firm. Never even heard of the guy. Looked him up online. You don't hear nothing about him. But the guy buys a freaking $200 million building in downtown Baltimore the other day. And he talked about like it was buying a Kit Kat. Because he was asking me, he's like, so where are you from? I'm like, I live in the Baltimore area. He's like, Baltimore. Oh, yeah, I know Baltimore. I just bought the Wells Fargo building there the other day. I'm like,
wow,
dude, you just said that like you bought a Kit Kat. Like, what are you doing?
It was so easy.
What is going on here? Dude, it's been crazy, man.
With scaling nonstop and just winning after so many losses, like out of nowhere, you meet the love of your life, and now you're married.
Yeah.
So congratulations for that. Like,
thank you.
With being married and being an entrepreneur and a CEO, how's juggling life, work, balance, all that? Because I know for a fact it's hard as an entrepreneur to do that. So how do you do it?
100%. You got to find someone where you don't need to juggle it.
That's a good one.
I mean, dude, like I don't juggle it. There's still ups and downs. Like, even though like we're crushing it, like there's still days that we have those losses. We have those. I mean, it's business. Scaling a business is super expensive. So regardless of how high you get, you're always gonna have those up and downs. I was talking to a guy the other day. He's like, I'm worth $5 billion. He's like, but at any point in time, that could be gone. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way business is, right? And so, as far as life-work balance, like, you can't have that. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur and you really want to build something great, which I know you're doing, you got to find somebody that's good with that, right? Like, if at that first date, even if you don't get a phone call, test them. Pull out your phone, see how they react. Right? Like, if you're going on a first date with somebody, they should already know you're an entrepreneur. You got a business to run. You got employees. You got people that are counting on you.
24/7.
Yeah. And, dude, like, I went on that first date with Christy, and, I right from the jump, I said, look, I'm a business owner. My business is my passion. Like, I love what I do. I'm growing. And, there's going to be times where I got to take a phone call while we're having dinner. And it just so happened, like, a few minutes later, my phone rang. She didn't complain. She didn't, there was no ill will about it, and we just kept going from there. Like last night, she got home early from work, and she gets on the couch in her pajamas, and I join her, and then next thing you know, I got this deal to work, and so I'm on the computer, and we go to bed, and I'm back up again. I was up till 2 a.m. while she's sleeping, but I don't do the work-life balance. Like, work is my life, and we make it work, right? We spend as much time, it's good at least once a week to get some time where phones are away completely. Like,
all that.
We do that. We definitely do that because you can't just be on 24/7. So we use the weekends to do that, right? Like, so she doesn't work weekends. I don't work weekends unless I absolutely have to. It just works for us. But yeah, my biggest advice to any entrepreneur would be find someone that is on that same mindset. Yeah, same mindset. You know, she's got a few different businesses. You know, she's a personal trainer, real estate, bartending. And you know, she's always been a grinder, and so she gets that, and she knows what I want to accomplish, and she's always got my back. She's always there to push me, and you know, she loves that part about me. Whereas every relationship I had before hated that part about me.
You work too much.
You're on the phone all the time. You work too much. Like me. Give me more time. Give me more time. I'm like, I'm doing this so I can give you more time
in the future.
Right. Like right now, this is grind time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Hands down.
I don't want to be wealthy when I'm 70. Like, I got to get this now.
I want to have time and valuable time.
Yes, bro. Yeah, 100%.
Spend with you. I don't want to be like, oh, let's just plan. There's nothing wrong with going to Ocean City once a year.
Yeah.
Calling a day. But if we grind now, we could maybe buy a house down in Ocean City and we can go down there anytime.
Right.
But if we grind now, we can take that down there. Like, you being an entrepreneur for such a long time, and I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
What advice would you give the younger you?
I mean, dude, the younger me, man, you know, the thing is, I don't regret anything. You know, everything that I did, you know, when I was younger has, you know, that's what's really grown me into who I am today, right? Like, you live, you learn, you know, but the biggest advice I would say is don't worry about what other people think, because they're not going to be around in 5-10 years, right? Like, if you're trying to get somewhere big, like all those people that you're hanging out with in high school and college, and, you know, when you're starting out, none of those people are going to be around anymore, because either they're going to get tired of you or you're going to get tired of them, right? Like, you end up at a point where you have 3 or 4 friends on the same wavelength, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're lucky. You know, don't waste your time showing out, buying bottle service and buying cars that you don't need yet. Like, put that money, grow. You know, if I had done that you know, I mean, I was making great money right out of dropping out of college. I was making a couple $100,000 a year. And I was out, you know, showboating, buying bottle service for everybody, buying the bar, you know, getting nice cars, nice stuff. And I mean, if I hadn't have done that stuff and I just focused on grinding, I'd be 10 years further ahead, for sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's wild. But, like, again, I've been his personal trainer. We've been friends for a very, very long time. To see this man's growth and the grind and respect him being an entrepreneur, please go follow him on, what are your social media handles so everybody can follow you?
Man, everything. So versabusinesssystems.com. You'll be able to find our Facebook and Instagram, all our links on there. YouTube channel is Versa Business Tips. We've also got the Versa Business Tips podcast. But yeah, Versa Business on pretty much any platform you'll find us, or just search us on Google. Versa Business, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, it'll pop right up. So, you know, we try to be all over the place. You know, we want people to see us, because at the end of the day, if they don't do business with us, they risk doing business with somebody that's going to take advantage of us, of them, and you know, that's what we're trying to prevent.
Game on.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
Bro.
Great seeing you.
Absolutely, you too, man.
All right, guys. See ya.